Okay, so these are the cards of the week. I think you can't see. So you have confidence, joy, and then what do you desire for cards of the week? And hello. So I know it's a little dark in here. I'm sorry. Um, I really was going to just do this in the text how I have been doing cards of the week, but I also had this intention um, of going and doing a Facebook Live with you um, last night to share about this unbelievable weekend that we had. And then I pulled the cards for today. Have confidence, joy, and what do you desire? And they so incredibly fit in with what I wanted to share about the weekend that I thought, well, cards of the week this week is going to be a Facebook Live. What can I tell you? So we had this, my younger son Dylan was invited to play in the Orange County soccer team, the All-Star game, which is for high school seniors. So the best kids in the county of Orange County played against the best kids in the county of Seminole County, which is just to the north of us. And so, being that he's been here and playing soccer since he was like 3 years old, he knows all those kids. And so the kids that he was playing with on Friday night that he was playing with are all the kids that he has grown up with. And for a long time, they played soccer together. And then when they all reached high school, they were all playing soccer against each other, and it became these terrible rivalries. And but then now here they are for the last game of their high school career. And he had to be nominated for this. And so the very last game, he's back with all of the kids he grew up with that he's on this team. But he's playing against all of the kids that are on his current club team. So this was his past playing his present. And I just thought that was it was so amazing. And then Sunday, he had a regular league game with his club team. So he was back with his present team. And the team they were playing against was a whole bunch of the kids that were on both of those teams on Friday night. So it was a very interesting weekend of high school soccer and watching these kids, because most of them have decided that they are either going to play college ball or they're not going to play college ball. Hey, Allison! So they're either going to play college ball or they're not going to play college ball. So if they are, most of them have already recruited, they're signed, and they're playing the game with such love and such abandon because they are just trusting in the universe. And so that's really a very long introduction of what I wanted to talk about of what really was on my heart about trusting the universe. And so here we have these cards. And so the first card comes up as, have confidence. And this just made my heart just jump for joy when I pulled this up this morning, because the other thing that happened this week that was just this amazing, huge thing is in looking at we have a college junior, and he's technically a senior, and told me the other day he may actually graduate at Christmas time next year. And I was like, that was like a lot to assimilate. But now we have a college junior, and so he'll be a senior next year in college, and we're about to have a college freshman. And my husband and I are trying to figure out how we're going to pay for two kids in college in next year. And so for months now, we have been doing the ritual of the cups. And this is what I wanted to share with you, because the ritual of the cups has been one of the things and we talk about it in our sister circle all the time, and I talk about it with the discussion groups I facilitate, but the ritual of the cups has been something that has truly allowed me to let go and trust the universe in a whole new way. So this is the thing that I want to talk to you about, is the ritual of the cups as we go through cards of the day. So for cards of the week. So the ritual of the cups is, and I forgot to grab cups, but just little plastic cups, paper cups, not Dixie cups, but like little plastic cups that you would have, like drink cups that you might serve at a party. You don't need big red Solo cups, like beer pong cups or anything like that. Just paper cups. but you want to be able to write on it. So they can be paper or plastic. Grab a Sharpie marker. And what you're going to do is you're going to write on one of the cups, you're going to write, what is the current situation that is not what I want it to be, that is not in my highest and best, and it's creating stress. What is it that is the situation that's creating stress in my life? And so in looking at the cup, to be able to write on it, I don't know how we're going to be able to pay for 2 kids to be in college next year, and it's creating stress in my life. And then I don't know how, if I'm paying for 2 kids in college, I don't know how, we're going to pay the other bills and all of this. So I wrote it much more succinctly. I wrote, I don't have enough money to pay for 2 kids in college next year, and it's creating stress. It's creating stress in my world. On the other cup, on the second cup, I wrote, I have more than enough money to pay for 2 kids in college, and life is abundant, and all of my bills are paid, and everything is wonderful. So I wrote that on the second cup. And then you put a little bit of water into the first cup, and you're going to hold the cup. I really believe you got to hold the cup with both hands. It's kind of like completing a circuit of energy. You got to hold the cup with both hands, because your dominant hand is your outgoing energy hand, and your non-dominant hand is your receiving hand. So I really feel like you need to hold the cup with both hands, and to be able to really meditate on it, and you read the words that are on the cup, and really be able to meditate on that, and feel the icky. You got to feel it. You got to feel the ick, because you can't fix it if you can't feel it, right? So you got to feel into it. And when you've had enough of that crap, pour the water into the good cup. And you're going to do the same thing. And you're going to meditate on the cup. And you complete the circuit, hold the cup in both hands, and you're going to complete the circuit, and you're going to just grab onto that and really feel the joy and the gratitude and the love and the pride of being able to put 2 kids through college, and to be able to have their path set, that they can go and have their dreams and start their lives, and just to really feel that joy and that gratitude about it. Okay, so we did that. Now, ideally, you would want to do this. Oh, and then you drink the water. Then you drink the water. Now, ideally, you would want to do this on the first of the month. My husband and I were getting better about it. We've been doing this for probably almost a year already. And if we can get it in before the 15th of the month, we're doing really well. So this month, for March, we actually got it in there before the 8th. So we did around the 4th or 5th. So here's what happens. You drink the water out of the good cup after you're feeling the joy and you're filling your heart with that love and that gratitude. You drink the water and you release it. You release it. I don't worry about it anymore. I don't think about it. I just know, and I trust the universe that it is going to be taken care of. I don't know how. I don't need to know how. I just trust the universe it's going to be taken care of. Have confidence. Have confidence. So here's what happens. I'm talking to my father. My kids have a 529, which is a college savings plan. Like if you have prepaid college, whatever in your state, like here in Florida, we have prepaid something. So we started looking at what were the rules so that we could use the money to pay off the student loans that we have for my son, my first son in school, and what are we looking at? And with all the different, ins and outs of those programs, because each state has a different program, with all the different ins and outs of the program, we looked at it, and it turned out that we needed to take money out right now to pay the college that my older son is in, and then to be able to pay everything, so that anything that he owed, he wouldn't owe a dime up to this point, and then to be able to say, okay, we have this much left, and this is more than enough to cover him for next year. So basically the first kid's college is paid for, and we'll pay out back all the student loans, and we won't have to pay anything more for him, which means I don't have to pay 2 tuitions next year. And then he said, but Dylan has enough in his 529 program that we're just going to start paying him earlier, and so that way we won't have the financial stress. You won't have to worry about it. We're just going to take that money out from this account that we had set up. We did these things when the kids were little, they were born, and you set up your college savings funds and all of those things. So we wouldn't have to worry about paying for Dylan. So basically and we looked at the numbers, because Dylan got his financial aid package a week or so ago, and he's got more than enough money in his account. So basically, I don't have to worry about this. So the universe has provided all of this. And then, because this is a family thing, so we do this with my parents. And so for us, if you have kids that you're getting ready to send to college, so like Allison, I know you have kids that you're going to want to do, when you're putting this 529, if you have a college savings plan, put it in the grandparent's name. This is really important. This is one of the best things that we learned. And I know this isn't metaphysical talk, and I'm working my way back. But one of the best things we learned about financial aid for the kids when we were putting them to college is that the government is looking, when they look at your tax returns for your federal student aid application, your FAFSA, they're looking at the parents and the kid. How much money does the kid have? How much money does the parent have? They're not looking at the grandparents. So if the government looks at the student, at us, and we have the college savings accounts in my name, the government looks at that and goes, you don't need as much money because you have all this money set aside already. We put all of that in my parents' name so that it was in the grandparents' name. The government doesn't look at that. So the kids got all the financial aids that they needed. They got Pell Grants, they got Stafford loans, they got everything that they needed. And their Pell Grants were great so that they have small amounts of Stafford loans. So that have to be paid back. So if you're looking at putting the kids for that, put it in the grandparents' name. Okay, so here's what happened. So now my father says, well, look, Eli's all paid for college and we have extra money left over, so I'm going to send some back to you. Joy! The second card was joy! And so I can't even tell you, like, I'm over the moon excited because I'm so incredibly grateful that my kids, their college is done. It's no stress on to me and my husband. We are all united. The family is so excited. We're all so happy we did this together. And the kids, it's joy. And so the kids are so excited. Dylan is so grateful because he knows he doesn't have to worry about it. And he's got a new job and he's all excited. And Eli is all excited because he wanted to live in a house next year, and that would change how we were paying for his tuition and what, where that money would go. And so now this cash that's coming back will allow us to help him pay for his house, for his part of the rent on this house. So the third card, what do you desire? What is it that you desire? What could you be asking the universe for that you're not asking because you don't believe that it could actually come to you? What is it that you could be asking the universe for because you're not asking because you don't believe that it can actually come to you? Now, I want to be very clear. We have been doing the ritual of the cups for months, and we have been changing things. Like those of you who've been watching me for a while, I volunteer with the manatees and we go into the kayaks and the whole thing into the springs. So that's going to start opening up again this coming weekend. The manatees, the swimming area opens back up and I'll be back in the kayak. But so we've been doing the cups all the way back to when we first bought kayaks, which is over a year ago, because we used the cups to find kayaks in our price range. So, okay, thanks, Nick. But so we've been using the ritual of the cups to help manifest all these amazing and wonderful things in our lives. So when you can trust the universe and trust that everything will be okay, it's a very, very different, yeah, Nick, I'm going to ask you to get off my video if you don't mind. Thanks. When you trust in the universe and you trust in, that the power of the universe and the power of God, and which is the universe. Okay, so Nick, relax. But when you can trust, it's a very different energy than when you hope. And that's really what I want to make sure that you take away from this today. When you trust in the universe, it is a totally different energy than when you just hope. I hope something's going to happen. I pray it's going to happen. I wish it's going to happen. There's a very different energy than when you release it and allow it to manifest itself because you have trusted in the universe and you have asked for, and you have the confidence that the universe is going to answer your request and take good care of you. And so I'm telling you, it has been just a wonderful, amazing weekend, an amazing week, and I'm so excited. I have used the cups for so many different things, and I wanted to share that ritual with you, and I hope it blesses you, and I hope that you will take to heart card number 3. What is it that you desire that is going to help you bring wonderful abundance, peace, blessings, and light into your life? Because this was just the most fun to watch this whole situation unfold over the last 5 or 6 days, and to just continue to be so incredibly grateful in my heart for the blessings and abundance of the universe. What can you ask the cups and the universe to do for you? I love to see your comments. Have a great week. Cards of the week. Enjoy. Trust, live in joy and gratitude, and ask the universe. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want, because you absolutely can get it.